To your last and final Eco Living Workshop. Today we are doing DIY toiletries. This is brought to you by the Office of Sustainability. We are part of Facility Services on campus. If you'd like to learn more about us, you can go to www.csudh.edu/sustainability. Alrighty, this is our agenda for our meeting today. We're going to start off with a land acknowledgement. We're going to meet the sustainability team. We're going to talk about the benefits of DIY self-care. We're going to do our DIY workshops called Scrub a Dub Dub, KO to BO, So Fresh, So Clean. Shampoo, Woke Up Like This. And at the end, we're going to get quizzical once again. We're going to do a Kahoot that we're going to wrap up all of the themes that we've been talking about in September, as well as one last fun Kahoot, based on this workshop. And finally, we're gonna have Q&A. So as always, we'd like to start off with a land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that the land on which we are gathered here today is the home and traditional land belonging to the Tongva Nation. Today, we come with respect and gratitude for the Tongva people who still consider themselves the caretakers of this land. It is through their examples that we are reminded of our greater responsibility to take care of Mother Earth and to take care of each other. If you'd like to learn more about the indigenous peoples that used to live on the land that you reside on now, you can go to native-land.ca for more information. And now we're going to pass it off to our intern, Jessica.
Hi, my name is Jessica Ledesma. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I am currently an undergraduate senior in Earth Sciences. And why sustainability? Well, I've always had an interest in sustainability and wanted to learn more about it while doing my part on campus with these efforts. Fun fact is I have 3 pugs who are like my babies. And a matter of fact, I know I've been teasing and talking about my pugs, but you'll actually get to meet one of them today. Her name is Pearl. But with that said, I'm going to pass it over to Chloe now.
Hi, everyone. And Jessica, I'm really excited to see Pearl. My name is Chloe Chavez. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. And my major is actually child development. And why sustainability? Ever since I adopted a vegan diet a little over 3 years ago, I became really passionate about how I can do my part to help the environment by any means. And a fun fact about me, for anyone that's returning, as you know, I am a huge bookworm. I'm currently reading Crichton H. Mart, but I paused that and now I'm reading the little book of Cottagecore. And just one more thing, if you have any book recommendations, feel free to drop it in the chat below. And we're gonna go ahead and pass it on over to Skip.
Hello, I'm Skip, staff member with the Office of Sustainability. My pronouns are he, him, his. My major is environmental science, master's of science. Why sustainability? Well, after working as an intern for the Office of Sustainability for 1.5 years, I knew I wanted to help DH further develop green infrastructure and programming for future Toros and the neighboring communities. Because I'm a local kid, I'm from Compton, California, which is a stone's throw away from DH. My fun fact is that I love baseball. I'm devoted to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
So the benefits of home care, cosmetics, and skincare. Why go through the trouble of making your own cosmetics and skincare at home? Homemade products are surprisingly really easy to make, and there are a lot more beneficial than store-bought products for many reasons. The first reason is that you are saving a whole lot of money. A simple homemade skin cream can cost about $7 to $12 for several months worth compared to expensive store-bought products. And many of the ingredients needed to make cosmetics and skincare at home are common products you are likely to already own. And the second point is that you produce less waste. By making your own products at home, you're using reusable containers and are reducing waste from packaging. The third reason is that you have 100% control over your ingredients. When you know exactly what you're putting on your skin, you're less likely to be exposed to harsh ingredients and is easier
to the fight, watch his interviews. I think it was with Brett Okamoto, and
Sorry about that. And you're less likely to harsh ingredients and is easier to customize your cosmetics and skincare to fit your needs. And the last thing is that it is nutrient rich and concentrated. Fresher ingredients are more nutrient dense than processed ingredients, and many professional products are up to 80% water, while homemade products rarely contain water. And the first thing that we're going to be making is a hand and body scrub. So the ingredients that you're going to be needing are a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of white sugar, 1/2 a lemon, which is juiced, a sprig of fresh rosemary, which is optional, a tablespoon of coconut oil, and a tablespoon of honey. And also honey and coconut oil sugar make a really great edible lip scrub. To make this, you just simply mix all ingredients in a bowl and enjoy your new hand and body scrub. The scrub is especially good for rough hands after gardening. You can also substitute the rosemary for the herb of your liking, but rosemary helps heal and remove dark spots and aids in circulation. I won't be making this one, but I will be making the next hand scrub that we have featured in our next slide. Since it is pumpkin season, I'm going to be making a pumpkin spice sugar scrub. So the ingredients you're going to be needing is 1 cup of brown sugar that I will be scooping in this jar. 1 cup of brown sugar here. I'm not too sure if the brown sugar requires either light or dark, but I currently have light brown sugar. Go ahead and scoop that up. This is a 1/3 cup that I have, so I'm just going to be scooping it up 3 times just to avoid any confusion if people are wondering, oh, why is she scooping it up 3 times? So scoop, oops, 1 there, oops. Let me go ahead and the spoon to avoid any accidents. Second 1/3 cup. One more 1/3 cup scoop. And 3, so that would be 1/3 cup. And then the next ingredient is a 1/2 cup of oil. You could use a neutral oil like almond, olive, or coconut oil, which I believe coconut oil works best, which I already have the coconut oil underneath this jar. And then as an optional, you could add 1/2 teaspoon of vitamin E oil, which I have here. Vitamin E oil is really good for moisturizing. So let me go ahead and scoop that up. This is a 1/4 teaspoon, so I will be putting that there 2 times. And then for the pumpkin pie spice part, you could use 1 to 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spices or 1 to 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and a dash of nutmeg. So let me go ahead and break this part off. I'm just going to be doing the cinnamon and the dash of nutmeg combo. So 1 to 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and nutmeg. I'll just do 1 teaspoon of cinnamon since my jar is getting pretty full. If anything, you could even make this in a bigger jar and then just add it in the jar that you plan on storing it in, because it just makes mixing a lot easier. And then a dash of nutmeg. So I have the whole nutmeg here, like this. This is what nutmeg looks like. And then I'm gonna get my mini grater. Then I'm gonna go ahead, go over, and then just kind of shred it on top for a dash of nutmeg. For nutmeg, since it's a very strong flavor, there's no need to add a lot, because if you do add too much, it does overpower it. And then last but not least, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I have my pure vanilla extract here. Get my teaspoon that happened to be somewhere right here. kind of scoop it up there and put it in the jar. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a knife and mix it up. Just mix as I go, trying my best to avoid a mess here. But anything, like if you do like end up making a mess, you know, accidents happen. That's part of like when you're making homemade stuff. And it's just also exciting making homemade things as well. So I'm just gonna keep on mixing as I go. And also, if you are using a bigger bowl, you could definitely use a spatula. That would also make the mixing process 100 times quicker and less mess as well. So I'm just gonna mix it a couple of times. And there you have it. You have your homemade pumpkin spice sugar scrub, and it smells really good. And the next thing that I'm gonna be making is handmade deodorant. So for the deodorant, you're gonna be needing 2.5 tablespoons of unrefined coconut oil, which I have already in this bowl. 2.5 tablespoons of unrefined shea butter, which I have right here. Also, just a quick tip when you're mixing things with coconut oil or any type of butters, I suggest melting it like in the microwave or even on like a double boiler beforehand. So it just makes like combining the products a lot easier. And then a 1/4 cup of arrowroot starch or flour, another alternative that I found really useful and is a lot cheaper than arrowroot, since arrowroot does tend to be a little more on the expensive side, is I don't know if you could see the bag, but like, let's see here, like tapioca flour. I'm gonna be using a 1/4 cup of tapioca flour. And then 1.5 tablespoons of baking soda. I have my baking soda right there. And then you could put either 6 drops of lavender essential oil, which I have here, 6 drops of grapefruit essential oils, or a drop of tea tree essential oil, which is optional. I'm just going to do 6 drops of lavender because lavender is one of my favorite scents. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then mix it up with a knife. And then I'm just going to mix as I go and combine. And then you'll notice when everything is all well mixed and combined, if you do not have any tapioca starch or arrowroot starch available. And it's gonna come off to like a creamy base at first, but if you like your deodorant to be more firm, you could definitely like pop it in the refrigerator and it will harden. And then I could even transfer it into a little jar that I have here. And I don't know if you could see here, but this is what the homemade deodorant looks like. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So I'm going to be doing the soap and shampoo bar. So for your ingredients, you're going to need some glycerin, you're going to need silicone molds, essential oils or dried herbs. And for shampoo, we're going to shake it up the recipe a little bit and add 2 tablespoons of castor oil and 1 tablespoon of shea butter. So first, what we're going to do is chop the soap base into chunks. Then we're going to put the chunks into a heat-proof bowl or Pyrex cup and melt it in a microwave or a double broiler. We're going to add herbs or essential oils to our choice of soup base. Then we're gonna mix together into a silicone mold and let it cool for several hours, okay? So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys how that's gonna be done right now. Let me just switch cameras. Alrighty. Can you guys see me? Yes, okay. All right, make sure to pin the screen for skip demo, please. I didn't do that myself, so now I gotta go look for myself. Oof. Hmm. All right. Or maybe Jessica, if you could pin me on the main screen share, please.
I think it'd be easier if I just exit out. So let me try that.
I am sorry.
There you go, Skip.
All right. Oh, let's switch this bad boy. Okay. So here we have a double broiler. So we have a hot plate, which is heating up this water. And we're gonna put our ingredients in this right here. We don't want to put it on the heat directly because that's how we're gonna burn stuff. This is the mold, which we're gonna mix the ingredients once they've been heated. So instead of buying normal soaps like these right here, we use these premium bought soaps already. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut them. As you can see, I got a block here. All right, we cut them and we get a good piece, just like that. And we're gonna cut them into cubes, all right, because that helps it melt a little better. All right, cut that into cubes right there. Okay, and I cut some earlier, so we're just gonna add that there. Then we're gonna place these right in here. And you can use a spatula to mix these in, all right. The heat is gonna do its job. They're gonna melt fairly quickly. Okay, let's turn up the heat a little bit. There we go. All right. And we're gonna let that mix in for a little bit. We're gonna get a little bit of coconut oil, all right? And the reason why we're putting coconut oil, not only because we wanna smell good, but because we're gonna put an essential oil in this. When we put an essential oil, you have to mix it with a carrier oil. Otherwise, people out there with sensitive skin like me, you guys are gonna really feel the burn. And I don't recommend that. Do not feel the burn. All right. And earlier I made some soap. So this time around, we're gonna make the shampoo. So we're gonna put a little bit of shea butter in there. All right. Butter. There. And some castor oil. All right. And right here is gonna be the tea tree. That's an essential oil. Once again, this is 100%. So
You only want to put in 1 or 2 drops. Otherwise, you're going to feel it on your skin if you happen to have sensitive skin like me. So here we go, mixing all the ingredients. All right. And mind you, I am no professional chef. I can burn water on occasions. So if I can take this on, everybody in this room can take this on. Oh, don't be scared of the steam. All right. Get a nice mixture going. Okay. And you don't want to mix any of these things with traditional cooking utensils. Oof. Right? Because a lot of these chemicals will stick. So make sure if you do happen to partake in these activities, maybe buy a separate pot or, you know, Pyrex cup that you're going to use specifically for this. Okay. And if you want to get a little fancy, all right, you can put in some, I got some dry roses here. Okay, mix those in. All right. Turn this off. All right. And then we pour into the mold. All right. Just like that. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put this down. Then we're gonna take this and put it in our freezer. All right, so here's a little bit of TV magic. All right, got some already done. I'm gonna stick the new product in there. Let it cool. And here's our previous molds. All right. Oop, try to get them free for you guys. And there we go. This one, like I said before, this is the soap. I just finished making the shampoo and this is good to go. We can put this in your luggage if you happen to be traveling or if you're camping, just throw it in your suitcase full of clothes and that's it. All right, I yield my time.
Thank you, Skip. That was really cool. Let me, oops. Sorry about that. I'm trying to make it full screen for you guys. Enter full screen. Okay, awesome. So now I'm gonna be sharing with you our dog shampoo. All you need is a quart of water, 1 cup of liquid castile soap, 1 cup vinegar. It could be white vinegar or it could be apple cider vinegar. Just depends on your preference. A 1/3 cup of glycerin and 2 tablespoons of aloe vera. So if you would like to pin my screen, I'm going to be sharing how to do it. So I already have my quart of water poured in here. A good tip, it's 4 quarts per gallon. So if you have a gallon, just pour 1/4 of it in here. Next, I'm gonna go in with my liquid castile soap. I believe this is about a cup, so I'm just gonna pour that right in here. I don't know if you guys can see. Okay, there you go. Okay, and then I'm gonna be using apple cider vinegar. I know there's a lot more benefits to apple cider vinegar. Okay. And then I'm gonna have my glycerin here. I don't have a measuring cup today, but I have a cup, so I'm gonna pour just 1/3 of the way. Nothing too crazy. There we go. Pour that into there. And then I'm gonna take 2 tablespoons of aloe vera. Spoon. Two. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a few drops of peppermint oil in here. Just because I personally don't really like the smell of vinegar. It should be diluted a lot by all of the other ingredients by the cast iron. But just in case, I just want to add a couple of drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not too many. Pretty potent, so it should be fine. Okay. Smells like regular soap. If you want to add more drops, you definitely can. Okay. All right, and there you have it. Let me go to the next one. I actually have a video for you showing a demonstration of me washing my dog with it. So here goes. Hi, thank you for coming to our Eco Living workshop. Here I'm going to be demonstrating our shampoo cups that I made, shampoo for dogs. And I have Pearl here to demonstrate. Doesn't really love the bath, so it takes her a minute to get a little bit more comfy. Just close her down a little bit. Put some more shampoo. Really good on her skin, super gentle, very clean product, so not gonna harm your dog. Lathers really well. There you have it. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed my little demonstration on Pearl. Oops. Hi. Sorry about that. Okay, next I'm gonna be showing you how to do blush, contour, and mascara. So it's awesome to do a lot of the self-care products and stuff that you usually use, but you know, the makeup industry has a lot of waste contained in it. So once we looked these up, I thought it was really cool and I really wanted to share. But yeah, so let's get started. Blush, all you need is beetroot or strawberry powder mixed with arrowroot, equal parts. And same thing for contour, except you use cocoa powder plus your arrowroot, equal parts. So let me go ahead and grab that. If you want to pin my screen, now would be a good time. Okay, let me bring it over. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do about a tablespoon or so of each. But the really cool thing about this is that it's pretty customizable. You know, if you have different complexions, maybe you want to gift one to your friends, you can do lighter or darker colors. This image here, you can see it's the beetroot plus the cocoa powder and a little bit of arrowroot. So just all the different combinations that you can come up with. It's really fun. So I have some beetroot here. I got this at Walmart. It's actually mixed with like red spinach. So little added benefit. Just gonna take a little bit of it just because it is kind of like a darker red. Not gonna add too much of it. Okay, and then I'm gonna add my arrowroot to the mix. just to kind of whiten it. Here, so I'm gonna mix it all together. And this kind of replaces more like a mineral blush and mineral contour. So it's very similar, and it actually smells really good too. So refrain from eating it, but honestly, if you do eat it, I don't think it's bad for you. I think you probably can. But it's a really simple recipe. And there's my blush. Gonna dip into it a little bit just so you can kind of see. Okay. There's the color, really pretty pink. Okay. And also I'm gonna make my contour with cocoa powder. You can get this at any grocery store. But basically we're gonna do the same thing. Dip into your cocoa powder. Get some more of your arrowroots. If you want it to be more of like a cream, you can add a little bit of Vaseline, or you can add a little bit of some sort of oil carrier like coconut oil, just so it sticks to your skin better. Plus, if you have more dry skin, putting a little bit of oil into it would actually be pretty helpful for your cheeks. Just give that a good stir. And there's your bronzer. This is really easy, really simple. And now I'm gonna move on to our mascara. So all you need for that is about 4 capsules of charcoal powder, 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, 1 teaspoon of bentonite clay, half a tablespoon of beeswax, and half a tablespoon of shea butter. So let me grab my stuff. I'm gonna be putting it into a little container. I have this kind of larger thing of activated charcoal. So I'm just gonna grab about a tablespoon or so of it, just because I don't have the capsules, but it should work about the same. This is just gonna provide your color to your mascara. So more or less, honestly, that's more just preference. If you want a darker mascara, you can add more. But so I have that here. And then I'm gonna take you over here really quickly because I have a very similar setup that Skip does. I had a double broiler for the beeswax. So I'm just gonna pop this off, and it's all melted in here. I'm gonna turn off my stove real quick. And then I'm gonna start adding some of my ingredients. But before I do, let me set it here because I have my shea butter and I also have my coconut oil. I just left this sitting on the windowsill, so it's already melted. It's pretty easy. Actually just gonna put it into here. Then I'm gonna take a teaspoon so of my shea butter. And just really quickly stir it up and melt it. I'm gonna put this one back on the double broiler. You can also put it in the microwave. I just thought it'd be easier to kind of keep them all melted. Here, it's really simple. Just from the heat alone, if you've never done a double boiler, it's just a pot of hot water that you boil, and then you put another pot with your ingredients up at the top. and you just let it melt. Now all of the oils are melted together. Gonna take us back over. Okay. I'm gonna add my charcoal. And then I'm also going to be adding in the bentonite clay. I got this at Walmart as well. Half a teaspoon. That. Kind of made a mess, but don't worry about it. I will clean that up later. Just mix it up. And there you have it. If you want it to be this runny, it'll last longer because it won't dry up faster. But if you like a little bit of a thicker consistency, go ahead and add another half a teaspoon or as much as you want of the bentonite clay. But yeah, just take an old mascara wand. I have one that I ran out of, so I'm gonna be using that and putting it into there. But yeah, that's it for the makeup. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and we're gonna play Kahoot now.